Yep. How you doing, everybody? We are going live. Get y'all a little bit closer. Oh, having all kind of technical difficulties. I am still at work at my store, but it's all right. We had some issues trying to get a couple of things taken care of. And hey, Crystal C, how you doing? Tonight we're going to talk about, since we're getting close to what most people think is the end of the year, the modern day end of the year. Hey, Cornelia, how you doing? Brittany, Greg, how's everybody doing? Jaquila, how are you? David Pearson, how you going? Angie, how you doing? We're getting close to that end of the year time frame. And some of you guys know I used to be a personal trainer and life coach. Well, life coaching was part of my personal training. And so this time of year, I always got the New Year's resolution people coming, calling me up. Hey, I got a New Year's resolution. And oftentimes we make these resolutions. So tonight we're going to break down why you should never, ever, 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 ever make a New Year's resolution, right? We should never do a New Year's resolution unless you understand what a resolution is. What is a New Year's resolution? Oh, hold on. I forgot one thing. I forgot my notes. Gotta get the notes. Can't do the video without the notes. Coming back. Gotta have my notes. Hey, Madeline, how you doing? Dawn, how's everybody doing? Look, we're not gonna stick too long tonight, but I want to tell you guys something before we even get started. As we get started, I want to let you know that on my Patreon account, patreon.com/Coach Renz, I'm gonna kick off this year. Even though this Julian calendar that we deal with, so how you doing, Vicky? Oh, and share this video, please share this video. I'm asking everybody to share this video. But as we kick off into this new year of things going on, I really want people to understand that every year we create these New Year's resolutions. Good evening, what's up, AJ? Every year we create these New Year's resolutions, not even understand, what's up, Byron, what a New Year's resolution is. You know, a resolution, it means that you are resolved to change. You are resolved to not go back and be the same person that you were previously. So every time we make these New Year's resolutions, most people are not making resolutions. They're making wishes. They're making hopes. You know, what's up, Michael Cole? They're making hopes. They're making wishes because you wish and you hope that you're gonna have a better year. You wish and you hope that you're gonna grow into something. That some miracle is gonna happen for you. You wish and you hope that the next year, 2018, is going to be better than 2017. And you do all kind of ritualistic things to try to make it that way. You go to your evening services, you write down your goals, and you make your vision boards. You do all these things at the beginning of the year, January 1st. You do all these things that first week, but then by January 15th, you quit. And then by February, you're completely done with it. And what I want to do for you guys tonight is to give you at least the beginning of a process, the beginning of an understanding, tools that you can use to not find yourself in that same situation. Because like I said, we don't necessarily understand what's going on. Now, I want to tell you guys something. I was sent this email, and it was talking about this attachment. And it was talking about how in this February 4th, this year has 4 of every day of the week. And at first I thought that was interesting. And it's still interesting because February does have 4 Mondays, 4 Tuesdays, 4 Wednesdays, 4 Thursdays, 4 Fridays, 4 Saturdays, 4 Sundays. But February always has 4 of each one of those every year. The thing about it is some years, except for a leap year, it'll have 5 of one of them. But it'll have 5 Mondays in a leap year. The thing I like about February is 2 things about February. Usually everybody who has made a New Year's goal, New Year's wish, has given up by then. And only the real people who have actually made a resolution, have resolved themselves to only have life one way, are in that position and they're still moving forward. The other thing I like about it is that the number 4, when you have multiple 4s, 44 and 44, you know, that represents the master. Those are master numbers of master completion, that you have mastered your mental state. If you saw my video I did earlier today about the law of polarity, you will understand what I'm talking about by mastering your mental state. Because until you master that mental state, you're going to stay stagnant. So it's an event that happens. But what I was looking at even deeper is that, do you guys know that in the ancient cultures, almost every ancient culture that utilized way more esoteric thought process, way more philosophies than we use today, way more introspective looking, seeking inside themselves and recognizing the power of the mind. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Hey, Todd. But do you recognize Todd McManus? Yeah, football days. Do you recognize that ancient cultures, the new year didn't start January. The new year starts in March. Zodiac-wise, it starts with Aries. So for ancient cultures, in the time frame that we usually give up on our New Year's resolutions, they are just now beginning their New Year, symbolized by the beginning of spring, the spring equinox, the rebirth of life. You see, I know you may think, well, that doesn't really matter, but it's all about the symbology of it all. The symbology of starting the new year at the time frame of the spring, the renewing of the earth, the renewing of greenery. You see, most ancient calendars only went 10 months. They didn't even count the time of the winter, the time that they considered death and things to be dead. They didn't even count that time. Hey, Luanda. They didn't count, hey, Philip. They didn't count that time frame. That would be like an abyss of time. It's just winter. It's just a time of death, right? Where they began the new year every March. February then would be the end of the year. So in the ancient world, February is the end of the year. But in our world, by February, we've given up on our resolutions, our things that we've decided that we're going to maintain. Now, what I want you to understand about these master numbers is that many people nowadays, they will say, well, I'm going to learn how to meditate in this new year. And I'm going to give you your first key of how you can make 2018 your best year. How you can make 2018 work better for you. How you can stop going through this cycle of failure and this cycle of failure that most people unfortunately continue to go through. I know the flyer that I put out, it talked about attitude and beliefs, it talked about your potential, your action, your results. It talks about things that are internal and things that are external. It talked about your job, it talked about friends and people around you. It talked about how you take care of yourself, how you see the world. It talked about your religion, your job performance. It talked about all these different things that deal with why you are able to ascend in achieving the things that you want to achieve and why you catch yourself being stagnant. But one of the first things I want to talk about is meditation. Meditation is very popular now. Many people are saying that I want to meditate. I want to go do yoga. I want to meditate. I want to do yoga. But you have a westernized thought process of meditation. You have a westernized corruption of meditation. Too many people will come to me, hey, Shocking, and they will come to me and they will say, look, I want to learn how to meditate. And I will ask them questions about their life. I was like, well, are you organized at home? No. Are you focused at work? No. Do you know how to concentrate? No. Do you know how to go to sleep? Now they will say, yes, they know how to go to sleep, but then I will ask them, how do you feel when you wake up? Do you feel completely recharged when you wake up? Do you feel like because sleep is supposed to recharge your batteries, right? Recharge, let your body re-energize itself. That's the purpose of sleep. But too many times people wake up and they didn't sleep well. Well, here's the thing. Most people don't learn how to sleep. Just like I can tell you how many times when you was going to school, your parents told you to concentrate. You need to go to school and you need to concentrate. Who taught you how to concentrate? When did you learn how to? When was the class being taught on concentration? You know, I'm curious as to when was the class that was being taught on concentration happening? Because most of us never learned how to concentrate. And so when people come to me and they say, well, I know that you teach meditation, you talk about meditation, you know, I've seen some of your videos on meditation. How do I meditate? Well, if your life is in shambles, how could you cannot learn to meditate. You can't just start meditating. How you doing, Dax? You can't start to do it. Like, okay, Byron said meditation is something that I want to work on next year. And that's I'm glad Byron said that. He said that on YouTube. So the Facebook people, y'all didn't see that. But here's the thing. He says he wants to start meditating next year. And if Byron was one of my clients, then what I would tell Byron is that meditation, you don't meditate to get your life in order. You get your life in order so that you can then meditate, right? My friends used to always wonder why they asked me, like, what have you been doing all day? Walking meditations. What is a walking meditation? Walking meditation is the fact that I have been preparing my entire day so that I can meditate tonight. How do you prepare your day so you can meditate tonight? Because you got to get your life ready for meditation, then meditation will make your life better. So all day I focus. You see, nobody taught me how to focus. Nobody taught me how to concentrate. There was no class on that. So what you do is that when you're on the phone talking to somebody, give it your full attention. When you're doing your work, give it your full attention. Everything you do all day, you give it your full attention. Have you ever seen like the movies and stuff? And I hate to use movies on this one, but the movies and things where they'll show like the monk is sweeping the floor, but he's so focused on sweeping that floor. Like he's attentive to every grain, to every sweep, to every action that's happened. That focus that monk is doing while sweeping is preparing the monk for his evening meditation. You see, that's what it's doing. It's getting him ready. Because if he can focus on his sweeping, he can focus on his work, focus on conversation. When you ever been talking to somebody and they're looking all around, they're barely paying you any attention? No. If you can give somebody your full attention, then you can meditate. A lot of these kids, they got ADD. Well, but they can focus on a video game for 4 to 6 hours. That same focus is what's used for meditation. And if you're practicing that all day, if your everyday activities is dedicated to increasing your focus, increasing your concentration, if you're giving things your full attention, then when it comes time to meditate, you will have been training your brain, you've been training your mind, you're training your body to focus all day. So when you get into meditation, and we're going to get deeper into meditation in a minute, you get into meditation, then your focus is there. Then you can meditate for more than 15 seconds. Then you can meditate for more than a minute. Then you can meditate even longer. Got kicked off Facebook. I don't know how you got kicked off Facebook. But it's all right. You didn't miss too much, little guy. So, hey, LaDon, masterpiece, moles. But, Maz, here's the thing. So, when all day you are continuing to focus on every aspect of your day. When I lived in Germany, one of the first things that I learned of the European culture that was there is that when we went to France, there's no distractions when you're eating your meal. You're supposed to focus on your meal. When you focus on the food, you focus on the conversation that you have while you're eating. Like when you're in France, you don't see televisions and distractions in the restaurants that haven't been Westernized, Americanized, because it's about focusing in on the meal. The courses come because you're focused on the meal. When I living in Germany, after dinner, a lot of families would then take walks, and they would just enjoy the company that they have together because they were focused on family at that time frame. And for me, I saw that as preparations for meditation because they're teaching concentration because they're focused on the present. They're focused on the present. I don't know if you guys saw the other video, I did a while back where I quoted the Tao as to say that if a man is anxious, he's living in the future. If he's worried, he's living if he's anxious, he's living in the past. If he's worried, he's living in the future. But if he's at peace because he's living in the present, is that idea of focusing in, of not being distracted, not allowing yourself to get pulled from the attentiveness that you have. Guys, a lot of women get irritated because you don't give them your attention and focus when they're talking to you. They just want your attention. But that same thing leads you into your meditation. You learn how to focus on everything that you do. Be attentive to everything. You're cleaning the house. For everybody who's going to clean the house tonight, clean up a little bit, focus on that. Focus on that. Now, the other aspect of getting into meditation is organization. You can't expect to be in chaos all day and then come into a place of peace. I know you may have your prayer closet, your meditation closet, and that may be squared away. But if the rest of your house looks like is disorganized, then you have to clear away space for you to meditate, or you're surrounded by chaos and disorder, your meditation is going to be that there's a part of your brain, the subconscious of your brain is focused on all the chaos and disorder. If you're at work and you're sitting around talking and gossiping to people all day, that type of chaos and disorder intervenes and keeps you from being able to quiet things down. If you're listening to the news all day and you're hearing about this person robbed that and this person murdered that and 45 did this and this senator did that, and if you're hearing that all day, then when it comes time for you to try to meditate, you had all that 18 hours of chaos going on around you, and now you expect to find some measure of peace. You see, some measure of quietness. And that's one thing that we mess up on in America. We get too busy. We're too busy allowing all this other information 18, 19 hours of our day, and then we're supposed to take 30 minutes to find some quiet time. Well, we have to separate ourselves from that. We have to allow, we can't sit there. Now, if you're supposed to be focusing on your work, then why are you standing around talking to all these people and gossiping about what's going on? If you're focusing in on organizing your closet, your house, your car, or whatever, then the news media going on and all these negative stories is coming into your head, coming into your mind. How do you expect to sit down and meditate, for any amount of time? Right? And so what's the purpose of that? Why do we need to get our lives situated for meditation? We got to get the clutter out. We got to get the anxiety out. Why not start now instead of waiting till next year? Yes, you should start now. And this is the thing. This December, these last few weeks, start preparing now. Get the clutter out. Organize your house. Organize your workspace. Organize your car. Keep things clean and organized. Organize your time. Everybody on this podcast, both in Facebook and YouTube, not everybody have the same religious beliefs or cultural beliefs or gender beliefs. But what we all can agree on is that we all have finite time. We have a certain amount of time every day, and at some point we will leave this earth. We can agree upon that. And since we have a finite time, then what we need to be able to manage is our time. So focusing on your work, getting it done so that you're not sitting around finding yourself behind. Now you got to stay late and allowing all these other distractions to come and frustrations to come. We get rid of those things so that we can now have that moment of peace. We prepared all day for it. LaDawn said, I'm a writer. I do that with my writing. You can't make room for new thoughts if your mind is cluttered. And yes, it is true with life in general. Exactly. You have to declutter your mind, declutter your life. You might have to declutter your friends. Like I said, manage your energy. There are people who are energy vampires. They're going to be sucking energy out of you. They're trying to suck energy out of you. You can allow those people to suck that energy out of you. You have to be mindful. And how do you know? If you leave a person and you feel exhausted, well, they just took the energy from you. If you leave a person and they feel exhausted, but you feel energized, well, you just stole their energy. And that's not good either. You should be around people that when you leave each other, you both feel energized, right? So we have to prepare ourselves, prepare our life for the meditation. And I talked about sleep earlier. I'm going to have to do a separate video giving you straight up instructions. Matter of fact, I'll give you straight instructions on how to prepare yourself to go to sleep. Every night when I get ready to go to sleep, I go through a meditative process of relaxing my extremities. I see the energy drawing from my legs up to my chest, from my arms to my chest, from my head down to my chest. All the energy draws in, relaxing all the portions of my body so that everything is shut down. My nervous energy, all my energy is shut down and in one space so that I can sleep and relax, and then I wake up energized. I don't wake up tired. I never wake up tired. Right? I wake up energized. Whether I get 4 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep, I wake up energized each time. I have to go into much more detail about that in a different time frame, but that's part of by doing that, I'm preparing myself for my meditation in the morning and my meditation is at night. The reason why meditation is incredibly important when it comes to trying to have, when you want to have a New Year's, a truly resolution, you want to resolve yourself to having a new life, whether it is the most common thing at the beginning of the year is everybody wants to lose weight. But if you want to lose weight, it's the formula is simple. It's very simple. Eat less than you eat. The calories in minus calories out equals your weight. Dreaming, dreaming is a part of it, and you can control your dreams as well, but called lucid dreaming. But eat less than you burn. If you eat less than you burn, you will lose weight. There's no way around it. You know this. It's simple math. Exercise. Eat healthy. You know it. It's easy. The math is easy. But we don't do it. Why do we not find ourselves resolved enough to do it? The reason is because our mental state is off. And that is what meditation is for. Meditation is not some religious thing. Meditation is the ability to control your mental state, to correctly visualize without doubt. You see, if you have any doubt in your meditation about the visualizations that you're having, then you're not going to be able to manifest in your life what it is you want, because your mental state, where you are vibrating at in your mental state, will determine the manifestations of your life. So in the example of somebody who wants to lose weight, if you can't sit and meditate and see yourself in the perfect situation, whatever that goal is, like if I was guiding you in a meditation right now about your weight loss and you're closing your eyes and I've shown you how to belly breathe and we're drawing energy up your spine into your third eye, right? Now we're doing this, and then I would ask you to envision yourself wearing the clothes that you can wear at the size that you desire to be. Well, first I would ask you, what is your desired look? What is the desired amount of energy? What is the desired dress that you would want to wear? Is see yourself wearing those clothes. See yourself being energetic. See yourself the size, the shape that you desire. See it in its perfection. See yourself, and then see yourself living the lifestyle of a healthy person, the person who looks like that and built like that. See yourself doing the exercise. See yourself eating properly. See yourself doing all the things a person who would be of that health level doing and being. Now, if you can do that on a consistent basis, you're welcome, LaDon. If you can do that on a consistent basis, because you don't just meditate one time and then you expect that to materialize. No, you don't meditate one time and you expect your life to just change. This is repetitive. You have to do it over and over and over again. If you consistently are able to maintain that vision, then like others have said, the universe then conspires to assist you, because you will start to change your actions. I saw a video today, it's on Facebook. This little 9-year-old girl, she is like boxing out of this world, but she trains for 5 hours. For 5 hours a day, she repeats the same process. There's a young lady, she's making the U.S. Olympic ice skating team. Speed skating team. Young African black girl. She's first time black girl. A black young lady is making this speed skating team. 17 years old. Do you think that this little girl doesn't have a repetitive routine that she goes through every day? Every day she has a routine. What she eats. She sees the vision. The vision is standing on the podium, gold medal for winning in the Winter Olympics. Speed skating, women's division, whatever it is, that's her vision. But in order to get to the vision, we have to work it backwards. She has to train. She has to make the Olympic qualifications. She has to train. She has how many hours a day she trains. What does she eat? What time does she get up? How much rest does she have to have? All these repetitive rituals over and over and over and over and over and over and over again gets you to the goal. And in that entire process, she has to see the final vision in order to start committing to the activities. Now, too often people say, I see the vision, I see the plan, I see the vision, I please see the plan, and God's going to bring me the vision. And then you go and you do absolutely nothing in order to facilitate the vision. Every opportunity that comes your way that will allow you to move closer to the vision, you ignore. A person tells me that, hey, I want to lose weight. I give them an answer. I give them the solution, but they consistently don't do it and do the opposite, they'll never get there. A person tells me that they want to change their financial. I had a person that came to me and they said, I want to change my my financial life. I said, okay, go read this book, Richest Man in Babylon. Read the book and tell me, and then write down what it is that you are not doing that the book tells you to do, and write down what you are currently doing that the book is telling you to do. I never heard from them again. You know why? Because they didn't do it. They didn't do the work. You want something, you want to go, and here's the thing, I'm in contact on Facebook with the person, and I know their finances haven't changed, but they didn't do the work. So you want something, but you're not willing to do the work. You want some benevolent, you know, sky daddy to come down and do it for you, but you're not willing to do the work. You have to do the work. In everyone's spiritual beliefs, every hero of their books had to go do the work. So you have to do the work. You have to commit to the action. There is no luck. There is no chance. You have to commit to the action. The law of cause and effect says that for every cause there is an effect, and for every effect there is a cause, meaning that there is no such thing as luck nor chance. As I said in another video, you cannot win the lottery without at least playing the lottery. So therefore, if you played the lottery and you won, you weren't lucky. You committed an activity that actually won the lottery. So it's no such thing as luck. It's action that creates a result. If you want to lose weight, you must take actions that will create that result. And like I talked about vibration, if you want to vibrate, it's not just, some people will say, well, I'm vibrating, I'm doing things, I'm going to, you know, to manifest, I'm doing it. Here's the thing, you can be doing and committing yourself to the wrong action, and that's why you're still not getting the result that you say you desire to have. So you have to also commit to the right activities in order to bring about a change. Now, if a person is trying to find financial independence and they're working a 9-to-5 and they just keep working that 9-to-5 and they're not saving any money, they're not investing any money, every time they get a pay raise, they change their standard of living to match the pay raise, then that person is never going to find any level of financial independence, because they're not willing to change their behavior, change their mental state, control their mental state in order for them to have financial abundance. There was a time in my life where, you know, because I read The Richest Man in Babylon and I maintained the process and the program, that, you know, I wasn't living beyond 70% of my annual income. And at one point I wasn't living beyond 50% of my annual income. Now, when I'm not living, and at that time frame, I was down to 50% of my annual income. Well, most of the people that I knew had new cars. I had 2 older cars that were paid off. If I went and got a new car, it would take me above my 50%. So therefore I didn't get it. Now the pressure was other people saying, get a car, get a car. Other people trying to change my mental state, my vibration, trying to change my mental thought process to get another car to take me outside of my plan. You see, I said no. But if I had committed myself to those activities, those have been the wrong vibration, the wrong mental state to be in, and then I would have been living, you know, on 60% of my income. But my goal was 50, and my goal is always, I was resolved to be at 50%. Now, of course, life happens. Things happen. You go through things. It changes. There's upheavals. You may have to start over. You back at 90%, but then you work your way back down to 70% and so on and so forth. But in order to do that, you have to commit to the activities of making sure you don't overextend yourself. Because when you do, you overextend, then how can you say that you are resolute on increasing your credit score? You're resolute on building financial wealth. You're resolute on having financial freedom. You're not, because you're truly are resolute on trying to live it up now and trying to have it now and trying to be, you know, keep up with the Joneses. Here's the thing. I'm 46 years old. And I feel like I know, that's not a feel like, I know that I have at least 40, 50 more years of grind in me. At least 40, 50 more years. Which means that, 96 years old is when I may say, I don't want to work as much. I just want to kind of just be on the speaking circuit, and that's about it. Maybe write some books, right? So I got time. Most of y'all are not patient. Crystal says she ready to do the work. And that's the question. You got to be ready to do the work. And if you can't get that mental imagery in your mind, so you can't have that vision. See, it's great to have your vision board, but when you meditate and you see it in your mind's eye and you carry that all day in your mind's eye, and then you're still carrying it, because you may not think that being efficient at work is carrying it, but it is. Spending your time with the right people with the right energy is part of that mental work as well. You're still carrying it. You're carrying the vision. Taking care of your health, taking care of your happiness. A lot of y'all aren't happy. Many of you are not happy. And the only reason you're not is because you've created conditions in your life that doesn't set you up for happiness. You know, thank you, Ali. Appreciate that. I've seen many people who say that I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I'm pursuing happiness. That's one thing I don't like about I think it's the Declaration of Independence, say life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I don't think we should be pursuing happiness. We should be pursuing a lifestyle that gives us happiness. I know some people may say, well, that's the same thing, but in truth, it's not. Because pursuing happiness is actually pursuing what somebody else's perspective of happiness is. Like, I want to achieve the American dream. I thought that, so I had to buy a house. Buying a house didn't make me happy. Buying a house actually gave me anxiety. I didn't like owning a house. I don't want to own a house. I never ever want to own another house. Owning a house makes me feel tied down to one location. I don't like being tied down to one location. I want to be able to pick up and move whenever I want to. So the American dream is not part of my pursuit of happiness. So what I realize is that I have to pursue a environment, a lifestyle that brings me happiness. So you have to ask yourself, what is a lifestyle, a life environment that would bring you happiness? Is it the work? Are you doing the work in your life right now that will bring you happiness? Or does the work you do brings you anxiety, stress, you're not happy, you don't wake up in the morning excited to go to work, or you don't even wake up in the morning thinking like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad I'm going to work. No, most people wake up in the morning like, oh, gotta go to that dang place one more time. And if you're in that, change it. I know you say, well, I've been at this company for 20 years, 30 years, 15 years. I need to get that retirement. Okay, I can understand that. Are you willing to spend the next 15 years being unhappy? Because, I mean, like I said, I'm 46. If I was working for a company right now, I'm probably looking at another 20 years before I can retire. Because I think it's like 65, something like that to retirement. I ain't giving some other company 20 years of my life. Are you crazy? I'm not going to be unhappy for 20 years of my life so that then I can finally, like, go and do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do now. So make the changes. You can do it. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can do it. Why does it have to be easy? Who said that it had to be easy? Where is it written that change is easy? When the earth creates a forest fire, it's doing it to change the environment, to refertilize the soil. It ain't easy. Animals die, trees get burned up, all kind of stuff happen. There's some tragedy, but it's not easy. It's not easy on the earth. It's not easy on the environment, but it's needed. So change, which is a constant, is needed. What is it that you need to do to change your life? What is it that you need to do to create an environment where you're happy? Many of you are in horrible relationships. And here's the thing. I think a relationship where you're just there, getting along, is worse than a relationship where y'all are constantly arguing and going at each other and always mad. At least y'all showing some true emotion, all right? But that getting along relationship, that I'm just trying to keep the peace relationship, that is horrible, because at least those people who are arguing will probably either end it or fix it. But y'all who are just getting along, y'all gonna stay stuck in that mess. Y'all gonna be like, oh, baby, we've been together for 40 years. And 30 of it was miserable. Are y'all crazy? That's insane. That makes no sense. When you could be cultivating that relationship so that you two are happy. You could be cultivating it so that you find happiness and joy in it. You should ask your mate, what is the environment that you need to be in for you to find happiness? What's the environment that would make you happy, that you will wake up every day thrilled to be in this relationship with me? You know, that's what you should ask. Trust me, I asked that question. You know, some people call it love checkups. You know, do you feel love today? Did you feel love today? Did you feel like I gave you enough attention that you feel love, that you knew I was concerned about you, giving you consideration? Did you feel that I knew that you existed in my life, and I'm thrilled that you existed in my life? Did you feel that way today? Because if the answer is no, I don't need to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 months before I start asking that question to see, oh, you haven't felt that way in 3 months? You know, she might have a work husband by then. And if she got a work husband, dude, you done. You done. Y'all gonna have problems. You know, you gotta protect the relationship. See, for me, one of the ways that relationships is happy is that my relationship must be protected. It must be set up. It must be in a way that I know that I have full trust in her. She has full trust in me. That we want to be with each other. That we desire to be with each other as much as possible. And we do things that consistently reinforce that emotion, that feeling, that desire. If we're not actively doing that, then the relationship is going to get stagnant. You're going to get bored. You're going to get into a rut. And next thing you know, people are going to start looking for a way out. I have no desire for that. So I must do things that I know that bring forth a happy situation. So you got to do that. You got to think that way. You got to think that way of what can I do every day? And if there is a problem, you need to be able to say, I have a problem. I have a situation. I have a challenge for us. Not a problem, but I have a challenge for us. I have a challenge. I got a question. I see this, but I'm wondering, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. So I just need clarification. We need to gain an understanding of this. You know, have that communication with each other so that you can create an environment of happiness, right? You may have to give a little here. She may have to give there. He may have to give over here. She may have to give over there. But figure it out. Figure it out. Communicate and figure it out. And these things, creating that image, like I see the image every day of the loving, romantic, you know, fun, entertaining, conversational, adventurous, experiential relationship that I want to have. That's part of my meditations every day. Every day I see that. I see my health improving every day. I see my business improving every day. I visualize these things every day. Now, anytime I go I've went a spell where things weren't improving in certain areas, and I had to ask myself, well, how well was I keeping up with my practices? How well was I keeping up with my meditation? How well was I keeping up with things being organized and things being functional? How well was I keeping up with all the details to make sure that I presented an environment that could attract financial wealth, attract emotional wealth, attract physical health? Where is all that? Like, a lot of you guys may not know this, but I've lost 26 pounds in 2 months. All right. Yes, communication is key. Nothing wrong with asking your mate how. You're exactly right. But I lost 26 pounds in 2 months. And this is not I lost 26 pounds in 2 months. Ask me how. Inbox me. And I'm going to try to sell you on some program. Tell you quite simply, I went 90% vegetarian. 90%. Not 100. When I want some meat, I will eat it. But out of a week, right? Thank you. But out of a week, I will eat maybe one meal that has meat in it. Every other meal is vegetarian. And I say vegetarian, not vegan. And if Kevin watched this, and I'm still not going vegan, so don't even ask me about it. But the thing about it is, I just did that, and I lost 26 pounds in 2 months, right? Just that. My energy changed, my mindset changed, my clarity changed, my focus changed. And here's the thing about it. Before I started doing it, I saw myself having vegetarian meals and enjoying it. I saw myself, you know, sitting at my little desk, my little fake desk here at my store, enjoying a vegetarian meal. I saw myself eating a lot of fruit because I love fruit. I saw myself drinking like tons of water. I saw my clothes, the current clothing, pants being baggy and sagging and all that kind of stuff. Not sagging like I'm a little thug criminal joker, but sagging because I just lost the weight. I saw all of that first. I saw my body movements. Like, I have to climb up on this counter every now and then. And before, I would climb up on the counter and I would ease down like an old man, right? But now I saw myself jumping down from it, right? Jumping down. And eventually I jumped down from it because, you know, the joints can handle it. But I visualize everything first. I envision everything first. Then I start setting everything up. I start setting up the refrigeration. I start going to the grocery store and looking around. Good graduation. Little guy say lost 2 months. Lost 35 pounds in 2 months. So I saw everything in place, and I saw the end result first, and then everything started moving. And then once I started doing stuff, it was actually easier because the mental discipline was already there. Realize anything you want manifested in your life starts with your mental discipline. As soon as you recognize that, then you can vibrate at a higher rate and move yourself along the scale of healthy, unhealthy, happy, sad, love, hate. You can move the scale where you are on the scale by increasing your mental vibration to get you there. So that is why meditation is incredibly important. That is why on my Patreon, we are going to go deep into, and there will be meditation videos over and over again, different ones, guided meditations to help people develop this. There will be videos on instructing people on how to set your house up, set your life up, set your work up, increasing your mental vibration so that you can have that massive life that you truly want, so that by the time we get to spring, you've rebirthed a new person. That, you know how it's said that your cells regenerate, and I forgot how often it is. It's like every 7 years or something like that. All your cells in your body has been replaced, and you're basically a new person. I think it's 7 years. I'm not exactly sure what the time frame is, but it's something like that. I know it happens. I want by spring for you guys to have a new you, completely new you, just by changing your mental vibration and your focus and your ability, right? I mean, sometimes I have those days when I'm at work, when I'm so focused, man, I get so much done. Like tons of stuff get done. Like, I want you to have that more often, right? I want you to have fun. When you go to an event, you're with people and you're with them, you're totally focused on them and on the event, that you walk away like, man, this was an amazing event. I had so much fun. You're achieving goals and you're creating deep bonded relationships because so much focus and energy is put into it, right? With your brain, it's every 3 months. Okay, so little guy said that with your brain, it's every 3 months. Every 3 months, you got a new brain. So this is December. So we're at middle of December, January, middle of March, when the ancient calendar New Year starts, when spring starts, middle of March. I want you guys to have a new brain by then. I'm going to steal that, by the way, little guy. I'm going to steal that. New brain in 3 months. New brain by spring. That's what you're going to have. And we're going to go through your finances. In 3 months, you guys can reorganize. 3 months is enough time for you to reorganize your finances in such a way that you start making some headway on getting into, on moving and vibrating higher, of swinging the rhythm, the pendulum, towards having financial independence. It's not about becoming rich. It's just financial independence. I mean, I know people who make $40,000 a year, but they're financially independent. They've created enough of a financial portfolio that they can actually quit their job. And I think that one lady is like only 50 years old, but it's something she started like 30 years ago. So yeah, patience is required. But if you want to have anything, it's worth the time. Anything worth having is worth waiting for, right? That's the saying. I believe that's the saying, right? Anything worth having is worth waiting for. So realize, I was just telling some young kids today that they have plenty of time. There's no reason for them to rush, right? Yep, spread the knowledge. There's no reason for them to rush because they got plenty of time. Plenty. You know, they're 18, 16. You got tons of time before you're 46. Imagine if you were focused at 18, at 16, you were completely focused on financial freedom. You took 10% of every dollar that you made and you invested that into something that would give you a return on your investment. If you started doing that at 18, where would your financial picture be when you hit 46? And I'm not talking about no slow, low risk stuff. I'm talking about you, even if it's something like I ain't gonna name nothing because I don't want y'all thinking I'm giving you some financial advice on the specifics. But certain funds, certain programs that pay you 18% per annual, or if you were at 18, at 16 you start working and you were saving your money, and by the time you turned 21, you bought a duplex, and then you lived in one side and another person lived in another side, and they paid you rent, and then you took all the profits and you kept saving, and then 2 years later you buy another duplex, but this time you got 2 people, and now you got more profit coming, and then you keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, and then by the time you're 46, you got like 50 duplexes. Now you're bringing in an income that's taking care of your entire life, and you ain't got to work because you got these duplexes. You got, if by 46 you have 57 duplexes, then you're good. You're good. But it's about doing that. It's about having the patience to do that. And here's the thing. I'm 46. And let's say everything that let's say at 46 right now, I decide I'm done with Uncle Renz popcorn. I'm completely done with it. Right? People will be like, oh, your business didn't work. And I just said, I'm going to do only what I love doing, which is making videos, which is speaking, which is going and doing leadership training and helping people to change their lives. And then I like selling stuff, so selling stuff online. If I just say I'm just going to do that and writing, I'm just going to do that. And, yeah, I might have to get a job to hold everything together until, things start moving in the direction that I want it to move. But even if I did that at 46, if it took me 15 years to just make 6 figures in that lifestyle, if it took me 15 years, I'm what, 61? I'm only 61? 61 years old, and I'm living my dream. I'm living the life that I want to live. I'm happy. I got the woman of my dreams. I got the family of my dreams. I'm making the money. I'm traveling. For me, I got that big 44-foot RV, and I'm just driving around the country, and I just fly off to go speak here and fly off to go speak there. I write, I blog, I do videos. I'm only 61. 15 years. 15 years. That's it. That's no time. That's gone. It's quick. It's quick. I get to do the things. Y'all know I got y'all don't think that I just got Jeb in my head, but there's a bunch of different characters in my head. And if it take me 15 years to create an animation with those characters in my head, and then they turn and it works, I'm only 61. I would only be 61. Don't tell me it's too late for you to go and for you to go and realize your dream. I don't want you chasing your dream. I want you to realize your dream. That's what you have to do. Realize it. That's what a resolution is to resolve yourself that there is no other answer but this answer. There is no other outcome but this outcome. So as you prepare, because I'm getting ready to shut this down, as you prepare, because yes, we go by this Julian calendar, so January is the new year, but the ancient calendar, spring is the new year. As you prepare to begin your journey on having true resolution, learning truly how to meditate, learning truly how to change your life and your mental state so that you can have the conditions of your life that produces an environment of happiness for you, as you get ready for that, I want you to learn these tools so that you can have true resolution, so that you can truly have the life that you desire. That is what that's the thing that makes me happy every day, is to provide those kinds of tools for people, right? So I'm going to be providing a lot more tools on my Patreon account. That's Patreon, patreon.com/Coach Renz. It's only $5 a month to be able to access all these tools. I get people sending me emails every day based off a video I did about credit and a letter that you can send to wipe off a lot of stuff on your credit. It's on my Patreon account. I can't do things like that for free anymore. I'm sorry. I got people who want me to coach them. I'll coach people, but a lot of things I'm doing on my Patreon. And you can go there and you can get a lot of these tools. How to dig deep inside yourself and see who you really are. There are tools, and there's more tools on Patreon. I'm going through all these hermetic videos, these hermetic teachings, so that you can raise your mental vibration. It's all there. So I encourage you guys to go and join my Patreon. Like I said, it's less than a cup of coffee, because coffee at Starbucks costs you more than $5. And that's a month. So one cup is all I'm saying, in order for you to gain the tools. And trust me, there are so many tools coming. There is one tool that I'm going to do probably in the next month, within the next month, concerning relationships, that if you have challenges in your relationship, I'm telling you, if you utilize this tool properly, that you and your mate will be able to handle any situation, and more importantly, you'll identify what's going on in your relationship that will then allow for you to create an environment of a happy relationship. And you know what? This tool, actually, you can use it in all relationships. You can use it between you and coworkers. You can use it between you and your children, you and your friends, you and your parents. There's no type of relationship this won't work for. And I'm going to do that video. I'm going to do that video because I'll do that one probably first part of January, mainly because I want people to start using it, because even though we have the fake holiday of Valentine's Day, by then I want your relationship to be sweet. I want your relationship to be so like we've figured out how to create the environment that we need for our relationship to be happy, so us to have happiness. So I'm going to close out right here. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I got some work I got to do, but I appreciate you guys being here with me. I enjoyed you. And remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. And y'all have a great and wonderful night. And please share this video, share this video, share this video. And I'm going to say it one more time. Share this video. Yeah, I see you came late, but you just got to watch it over. Catch you on the replay. Good night, everyone. And I can't stop the live one on YouTube. How do I do live? YouTube don't want to stop the live. I think that stops it. Yeah.